here we are. The Spook6ular. Yesterday I watched Shocker. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is by Wes Craven. Of course, the originator of Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream, but, this is before Scream. Shocker. I'm going to be honest with you. Never heard of it. This one I completely missed. I completely missed this movie. It was released in, I believe, 1989, according to the internet that I looked at. And, damn. I'm going to be honest. The concept of this movie, sounds good. It sounded good. Like, the only thing I knew about it is I looked at the poster, on the streaming service that I was using. And I saw, like, something that looked like this. And then, like, the description was, like, a serial killer, like, after execution, a serial killer becomes electricity, and I'm thinking to myself, whoa, what the fuck does that mean? I'm going to watch this movie. I'm going to be honest with you. This movie, right? It's fucking good. So, like, the opening to this movie is you immediately see the slashing. Like, there is no build-up here. The only build-up is that, like, the movie is called Shocker, and so something crazy is gonna fucking happen, right? That's the only build-up. You don't know what the fucking crazy is. So anyway, some motherfucker, a repairman's going around murdering people in their sleep. He's killing, like, 30 people in, like, the opening, right? You only see a little bit of it. You see, like, a couple scenes, right? And then, like, a high schooler, like, sees him in his dreams. So it's very similar to, like, a Nightmare on Elm Street. It's got that, like, weird dream stuff going on. And it turns out the reason why the high school kid can see this guy in his dreams is because they were related. And he's a foster kid. The high school kid's a foster kid. And this is his biological father, who's a serial killer. So he can see him in his dreams. Really cringy. Not cringy, but crazy. Really crazy stuff. And so anyway, so he identifies him. He tells his foster dad, who's a cop, all about that. And it is, then they find him. They chase him. There's like a big chase. They go to his like place of business. They find a bunch of fucked up. That scene where they're walking through like his warehouse, like where his business is, and there's like 98 televisions, and they're all on, and they all have like different kinds of static on them. I love that scene. Like the small thin hallway with the big shelves of all small CRTs. That was great. That was excellent. And so then he evades the cops, right? And the first like opening part of the movie, like the first third is like the chase. The cops are chasing him. They get him, right? They get him. And of course, the shocker, the serial killer kills the foster kid's family, everyone except for the father. The father's at work. He is at his girlfriend's house, and the rest of the family gets killed. And including kids, like 2 kids get killed. One like 8-year-old or something, and one like 15 or 16-year-old. So that's pretty crazy. We're killing kids in this goddamn movie. So anyway, so then he gets executed. Right, the chase is awesome. Right, there's that part where like the high school kid's jumping across the roof, on the building and trying to chase him down. That whole thing, that's awesome. Everything. But then he goes in the electric chair. He's making a deal with the devil in the jail cell. And the cops are like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And then, like, some shit comes out of the television and, like, possesses him or some shit, right? Then he gets the electric chair. And then he becomes electricity. He becomes electricity. And I'm thinking to myself, what? What does that mean? So, essentially, what he can do is, well, you know how all humans have, like, electrical currents inside of them, right? Inside of us. We're humans. I'm a human. So are you. So basically what he does is, because he is electricity, whatever that means, he can jump from body to body and like take over their nervous system or some shit. Whatever. It's a slasher movie. It doesn't need to make sense, right? It's a slasher movie, but with a supernatural killer. It doesn't need to make fucking sense, okay? It's a goddamn movie. So he's hopping from body to body, right? He hops from like, the nurse at the prison, where the execution is, to like another cop. There's like a scene where he fucks up a cop and they drive into like an oil tanker, and then like, and all that. And he's hopping from body to body to try to kill the foster kid who got him arrested in the first place. And then like, this movie is great. I don't really know how to review it. It's just, it's so entertaining. And so anyway, by the way, he kills the foster kid's girlfriend as well at some point. And then she comes back in his dreams. But also, like, she can affect him, too, like the shocker guy. So I don't even know what... It's very inconsistent supernatural rules. but I like it. It works. So she comes back and gives him a necklace, and he takes the necklace out of the dream, just like in A Nightmare on Elm Street. But the necklace is like so. For more context, he gave her the necklace before she died, and then in a dream, she gives it back to him, and then that's the Shocker's weakness, I guess. And so, but then the guy, the Shocker, takes the necklace and throws it in the middle of a lake at one scene. And then the rest of the movie, the foster kid is trying to, I don't necessarily want to keep referring to him as the foster kid, but honestly, I forget his name. And I don't want to, I'm sorry about that. I forget the character name and I don't know the actor, so I apologize. But he is the protagonist. And I just got to say, his acting, whoever the actor is, I didn't know. But the acting was really good. I thought he played the role really well. I mean, especially for like a cheesy slasher movie, I thought he did a good job. So anyway, so the rest of the movie is him trying to go back to the lake and get the necklace while the Shocker's going around killing people. And then you got the final part of the movie. Yo, if you haven't seen this movie, I need you to stop listening to what I'm saying. Right? If you haven't seen the movie and you just stop listening to what I'm saying, turn it off. Go find this movie. The ending is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Wow. I mean, I did a review of Ring this month for the Spook6ular. Go watch it. I did Ring 2, and Ring 0. And, well, needless to say, The Ring copied Shocker. So he is electricity, and what that means is he climbs into a television and pulls the protagonist in with him. And then they're fighting in the television. Okay? They're fighting in the television, and the channels keep changing. And the footage is like, there's World War II documentaries, and they're like fighting in front of like the nuclear bombs in Hiroshima. And then then they're in like a riot, and they're fighting in the riot. Then they're fighting in a sitcom. And then they come out of random living room televisions, go back in the they go in and out of the TV, just like in fucking Ring. Like, I'm thinking, where the fuck is Sadako? Like, is she gonna fucking show up? But like, and it's funny. It's funny. And it's hilarious, and there's like, and the channels keep changing. There's like fucking 20 different scenes where they show up and leave it to Beaver, and it's just like, oh my god, it's so funny, and it works. It's funny, but it works. Like, it doesn't ruin the movie in any way, because the movie's already cheesy, and then it's just hilarious, and I love it. I love the ending is so good. It's so good. But then they're fighting in the TV universe. But then they come out of the TV universe, but they're still in the TV universe. So there's like, it's like Inception. Like, there's multiple layers within the TV universe. And it's like, what the fuck? And then he like uses the necklace to kill. Oh. Watch this movie. Shocker. Wes Craven. If you like A Nightmare on Elm Street, you will love Shocker. I don't know what else to say. If you like any kind of slasher movie, you will love this movie. If you like cheesy movies, you will love this movie. It is, not only is it a movie, but it's a movie film. It is a filmographic movie. And I loved it. I had so much fun. I was laughing, but also the slasher scenes were gory, and they were fucking brutal. Like, the personality of the slasher in this movie, you can kind of see it. It's kind of like Freddy Krueger, but like, the wisecracking, and he curses a lot. And the thing is that's funny is that when he goes from body to body, right, the actors that play the different bodies, then they have to try to match his personality style, and they have to, and it's like, like, fuck you, motherfucker. And it's like, I love swearing, and the slasher in this movie swears so much, and I love it. It is great. And Shocker, go watch it right now. And that's my review of Shocker.